Motivation team. Yeah, I can say good morning now because it's Saturday. But good morning, y'all. Hope y'all having a great day. If you didn't do so already, thank the Lord that you woke up this morning. Go tell your family you love them. Go tell them good morning. Hey, go ahead and invite me on the video. I believe we got a good one today. And y'all, thank y'all. I'm going to keep saying thank y'all. I'm going to keep saying I'm grateful for everything that's going on in my life. Since I know that I got people that want to see me continue to get the word out, y'all, I can tell like an improvement on everything that I've been doing. So, like I said, thank y'all for supporting me. Thank y'all for being here with me. And let's go ahead and get into the verse of the day. And today I'm reading 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verses 8 through 11. And I'm reading out of the NLT Bible. And God will generously provide all you need. Then you will always have everything you need and plenty left over to share with others. As the scriptures say, they share freely and give generously to the poor. Their good deeds will be remembered forever. For God is the one who provides seed for the farmer and then bread to eat. In the same way, he will provide and increase your resources and then produce a great harvest of generosity in you. Yes, you will be enriched in every way so that you can always be generous. And when we take your gifts to those who need them, they will thank God. All right, so this is what I got to say. It ain't nothing but a little sentence. Jesus taught that even the smallest gift, if given with the right heart, would not go without a reward. Our giving is rewarded in many different ways, spiritually or materially. Be grateful for whatever you get so blessings could keep rolling in. And that's what I got to say. Y'all, let me know what y'all think about that verse in the comments. And let's go ahead and get straight into the Bible. Today, I am in chapter 24 and 25, Leviticus. Y'all, we got 2 more chapters left after this out of Leviticus. The Lord said to Moses, command the Israelites to bring you clear oil of pressed olives for the light so that the lamps may be kept burning continually. Outside the curtain that shields the ark of the covenant law in the tent of meeting, Aaron is to tend the lamps before the Lord from evening till morning, continually. This is to be a lasting ordinance for the generations to come. The lamps on the pure gold lampstand before the Lord must be tended continually. The lamps had to always be taken care of and supplied with oil, and the wicks had to stay trim. It was important that the lamps kept shining because God did not want his tabernacle to be left in darkness. The continual light was a representation as the coming of the Messiah, Jesus, that never stopped being the light of the world. Our source gave us a verse to refer that to, and it was John chapter 8, verse 12. When Jesus spoke again, to the people, he said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. In verses 5 through 9, they made some bread that was associated with God. Eating bread together was a mark of friendship and fellowship. They had 12 cakes that spoke on the relationship the people of God had with him. Now, the son of an Israelite mother and an Egyptian father went out among the Israelites, and a fight broke out in the camp between him and an Israelite. The son of the Israelite woman blasphemed the name with a curse, so they brought him to Moses. His mother's name was Shelemith, the daughter of Debri the Denite. They put him in custody until the will of the Lord should be made clear to them. Then the Lord said to Moses, take the blasphemer outside the camp. All those who heard him are to lay their hands on his head, and the entire assembly is to stone him. Say to the Israelites, anyone who curses their God will be held responsible. Anyone who blasphemes the name of the Lord is to be put to death. The entire assembly must stone them, whether foreigner or native born. When they blaspheme the name, they are to be put to death. A false witness will have to suffer the same punishment. To let the entire assembly participate in this was because not only did this man sin against God, he also sinned against the whole community. Anyone who takes the life of a human being is to be put to death. Anyone who takes the life of someone's animal must make restitution, life for life. Anyone who injures their neighbor is to be injured in the same manner, fracture for fracture, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. The one who inflicted the injury must suffer the same injury. Whatever they did to somebody, they had the same thing done to them. Pretty self-explanatory. And the same laws went to the foreigners as well. Then Moses spoke to the Israelites, and they took the blasphemer outside the camp and stoned him. The Israelites did as the Lord commanded Moses. Y'all, the whole time of me reading this, I had to keep thinking, like, dang, Moses is having to tell these people what God is telling him. And it's like, he ain't got no say so. Whatever the punishment is, he just got to say it, and they got to abide by it. So with Moses being the messenger, he had to put his feelings to the side and do as the Lord commanded. All right, chapter 25, let's go. All right, and I summarized this because this junk was a good 3 pages, but I had summarized it. I think I did pretty good. The Lord told Moses that as soon as they entered the land he gave them, they had to get straight into 6 years of sowing the fields, pruning the vineyards, and gathering crops. Then that 7th year, the land is to rest. Whatever the land grew during the Sabbath will be food for them, and their male and female servants and everyone else. When it becomes 49 years, have the trumpet sound everywhere on the 10th of the 7th month, on the day of atonement. On the 50th year, it shall be Jubilee. Don't sow, don't reap what grew itself, eat only what is taken directly from the fields. They are to buy land from their own people, based on how long it is after the Jubilee. The longer it's been, the higher the price, because what's actually being sold is the number of crops. So they shouldn't take advantage of each other. You may ask, what will we eat in the 7th year if we do not plant or harvest our crops? I will send you such a blessing in the 6th year that the land will yield enough for 3 years. While you plant during the 8th year, you will eat from the old crop and will continue to eat from it until the harvest of the 9th year comes in. If we obey God, even when it doesn't make sense, we can trust he will provide our very need. Seek the kingdom of God first and his righteousness. All those practical things will be provided. All right, y'all, we at verse 32. The Levites always have the right to redeem their houses in the Levitical towns, which they possess. So the property of the Levites is redeemable. That is, a house sold in any town they hold is to be returned in the Jubilee, because the houses in the towns of the Levites are the property among the Israelites. But the pasture land belonging to their towns must not be sold. It is their permanent possession. So since the Levites' property was permanently theirs, whoever buys it will basically be renting it, because they could come through and snatch it back. That's wild. So I said that wrong. They can't come through and just snatch it back. But during the Jubilee, y'all gonna have to, I'm sorry, but y'all gonna have to move around, basically. If any of your fellow Israelites become poor and are unable to support themselves among you, help them as you would a foreigner or stranger, so they can continue to live among you. Do not take interest or any profit from them, but fear your God. You must not lend them money at an interest or sell them food at a profit. I am the Lord who brought you out of Egypt to give you the land of Canaan and to be your God. God's kindness and generosity to Israel were an example of how they were to treat each other. All right, y'all, we at verse 39. If any of your fellow Israelites become poor and sell themselves to you, do not make them work as slaves. They are to be treated as hired workers or temporary residents among you. They are to work for you until the year of Jubilee. Then they and their children are to be released, and they will go back to their own clans and to the property of their ancestors. So God commanded that slaves and workers should not be mistreated. Must not be mistreated. If foreign slaves' debts was never paid, they could have been held as slaves for life. If a foreigner becomes rich and an Israelite became poor and sells themselves to the foreigner, they retain the right of redemption. Only one of their close relatives would have to redeem them out. They and their buyer are to count the time from the year they sold themselves up to the year of Jubilee. The price for their release is to be based on the rate paid to a hired worker for the number of years. If many years remain, they must pay for their redemption. I said that's so country. If many years remain, they must pay for their redemption a larger share of the price paid for them. If only a few years remain until the year of Jubilee, they are to compute that and pay for their redemption accordingly. They are to be treated as workers, hired from year to year, You must see to it that those to whom they owe service do not rule over them ruthlessly. Even if someone is not redeemed in any of these ways, they and their children are to be released in the year of Jubilee. Even if someone is not redeemed in any of these ways, they and their children are to be released in the year of Jubilee. For the Israelites belong to me as servants. They are my servants, whom I brought out of Egypt. I am the Lord, your God. And y'all, that's it. I apologize if the lighting was going crazy, because every time I look up, either I'm dark or either I'm shining like this. But if y'all enjoyed the video, please leave me a like, comment, and share. You know what I'm saying? Likes and comments really help this video get out there. So thank y'all for liking and commenting. And happy Saturday, everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see y'all Monday. I'm not gonna be here tomorrow. But y'all have a blessed weekend. Hope y'all have fun. Whatever y'all doing, you know what I'm saying? Smile. Remember to smile. Pray. Count your blessings. And that's it, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all take it easy. I'm out.